Hey everybody, welcome to another GMG review. Today we're taking a look at Shadows and Scum, a new Warmachine two-player battle set that is hot on the heels of their two-player Warmachine starter set, except for Hordes? Question mark? Previous box here with Khador and Signar in it was hard plastic miniatures, some terrain, you can see some cool little wall sections. You got a Warcaster, a unit, a solo, two little pawns to play in, these little guys right here, and a Warjack. And it was enough for two people to download their app, find some dice, find a measuring stick, find a table, and play a game. This box is on a starter set. It's a Shadows and Scum box. It's a box that includes the Shard Nocturnes cadre. Well, let's get the plastic off of here. A Valix Fates Eclipse Warlock and a Callous Warbeast, a Pythia solo, a Regulus solo. Oh my lord, here we go. Let's get this plastic off here, here we go. Three Shades units, Clytho, Lachesis, and Atropus. And then we also have a Foulbloods cadre, which is some Trollkin, Commodore Foulblood, a Warlock, Chum Warbeast, which is like a troll that ate too many sharks, Mr. Boggs, Sully, a Lockbasha Brothers unit, Durgal, Connor, and Macabre. Macabre? Anyway, a bunch of drunk trolls who are pirates, a bird, a shark man, and then I think these are like Sharkticons is what they remind me of from Transformers. Let's see what comes in the box. Once again, hard plastic minis for the two factions. We have this cool poster and some bases. And that's it. That's what comes in the box. So this right here has step 1, scan the code for more info on this set, including instructions on how to build your miniatures and how to start playing. Step 2, download the free Warmachine app to access the rulebook, plus rules and stats for every model. This app is where you'll build army lists and learn more about the Iron Kingdoms. During play, it's your dedicated digital companion for checking stats and tracking damage. And then step 3, go on Discord and join the Warmachine community on Facebook. So, once again, following up on the two-player starter set, we have a hard pivot into a fully digital game. We have 2 boxed warbands in here, once again in hard styrene. Can confirm from the previous box set, this is basically just GW plastic, so you can grab yourself some Tamiya cement, the highest grade of plastic glue. The Japanese do many things incredibly well, but making plastic cement is amongst the pinnacles. Forget swords, forget, long-form Zeldas. They make plastic cement better than everybody else. And yeah, and then put these together and play. So, numbered frames. I had no problem building this previous set. And each of these is sort of like bagged up by faction. All the bases are in a single box. You get your big Warbeast here. He's only in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. That's not bad. I think this is Small Warbeasts 1 and 2, Small Warbeasts 3 and 4, and then it looks like the Warlock comes on this one, along with the solo. So this is kind of a dedicated set of frames for playing this one faction. And then on the flank here we have after the Sharkticons, we have this here, which is the Pirates of Dark Water, the Pirates of Foulblood. Pirates of Dark Water, that's a deep cut. If you guys did manage to see the Pirates of Dark Water movie when it first started on television, you had your mind blown and were suitably disappointed by how bad the TV show was afterwards. And then we've got, this looks like more of the bad guys. Oh, I'm hoping this is right then. And then we got the trolls on their flank here. So the Heavy Warbeast, the Chum Man, he's holding a fish, which I find extremely cool, and has a deep sea diver helmet as an accessory, which is also extremely cool on his belt. These have tons of character. Obviously, moving to hard styrene plastic, but keeping the old design aesthetic, I think is awesome. This Heavy Warbeast, however, is not as big as my old Troll Warbeasts. His hands almost are, but the rest of him is maybe not as gigantic as old trolls. I do like that they're still doing the thing where when trolls eat stuff, they just absorb it and become even bigger. The bird makes me super happy. I gotta say, the Bombardier bird with the little solo is extremely cool. And then our Warlock and our unit, like our character unit, round this whole thing out. It does look like everything's kind of, there's the Warbeast's head. Everything is kind of spread around between these sprues. And I'm looking for sprue cuts here, but they're actually all printed individually. So a lot of times a sprue on a plate will be printed like this, or more like the plates cut like this, and then you'll see them packed in a box by breaking them and breaking them. A lot of your GW sprues will be like this. They get boxed after they're folded in half. These are all individual sprues, which is interesting, just to inside baseball into the manufacturing thing here. But yeah, all numbered. So 3 frames for, it looks like the Troll Bloods, 4 for the Sharkticons. I'm just going to call them that until I figure out what post-apocalyptic faction that is, but I'm assuming like Legion of Everblight, if they're a Hordes faction, or some new faction that I don't know about that are Sharkticons, and I'm just going to call them Sharkticons forever. I'm excited to paint the trolls. I have a huge troll collection, so being able to use new trolls, I probably can't use them with my old trolls because everything's been like retired, but I like pirates and I like trolls, and those two things together seem like two great tastes that go down smooth, like the cool Dragon of Marlborough Red. So I'm pretty excited about this. Again, I commented previously in the last one, I'm fine with this box being the way it is. It's not claiming to be a starter set. It does say on the back, and they've conspicuously not said starter set on here. It does say also requires 3 6-sided dice, tape measure or other measuring device, and a handful of tokens. So not claiming to be a starter set, I think is a good move, and just calling it whatever the name box is. These are battle boxes, not starter sets. Could they still come with dice? Could you just put the build instructions on that poster? Yeah, like you could. There's an argument here, right? There's a UX argument in digital terms. Are you forcing them into your digital ecosystem? In this case, this is a very concerted move to do that. You're being pushed digital. This is still, to me, an analog hobby, and certain parts of the hobby not being able to be done without going digital, I think you're creating an on-ramp into your digital marketplace. Absolutely great. You're selling STLs. You're trying to get people to buy into this app ecosystem so they can see further things to purchase. You connect to your online store, yada, yada, yada. Yay. I get how all of that works. The flip side is someone still can't, if they don't have a digital device, they cannot receive this as a gift, open a shop, whatever, and build it and interact with the physical media without going online. So the bare minimum, if it's not even a starter set, put your build instructions in here. Until an industry leader like Games Workshop stops doing that, or Bandai stops doing that, and they are fully app integrated, like their online store leads to, you can click a unit inside the Army Builder app and it goes to their online store so you can buy it. Like, they're doing what you're aspiring to do. Still let people interact with at least the joy of building the physical media out of your box. I'm fine with this being a battle box. It's not a starter set, doesn't need dice, doesn't need a ruler. I'll take that gripe off the table if that's what you're saying this is now. Let me build the miniatures. Just put the building instructions in it. Just do that. Just that. That's all you need. It could be one side of that poster. Like if this half of the poster, like again, you could condense this information into a corner and just double side this poster. Totally fine. And I would give this box like a 9 out of 10. The component quality is super high. The designs are really cool. I like the fact that it's, it's pushing, like it's doing what they want it to do. And I think if they're trying to modernize the audience for Warmachine and push people towards, adapting new players, not necessarily trying to recoup the old player base, they're doing new factions, they're mothballing old stuff. Awesome. Steamforged just swinging and hitting. They're clubbing the bat. Small design thing. Let me interact with this media without going to my phone. Let my kid interact with this media. You've got great, basically numbered sprues here. I could probably get away with like letter and number, just like counting up and figuring it out. I did that with these. Kadar miniatures. I didn't bother trying to figure out where the instructions were because they weren't out yet. Because when I got this, it was before that website was live, so I couldn't even use this stuff. I just counted up and I did okay. You don't even know you can do that. Like, just put those words on here. So I get it. You're trying to on-ramp people into your app system. It's cool. Your product's really nice. It can be a Venn diagram. It doesn't have to be an either or. It can be a both and. A little bit of stuff that's still analog in your box set, I think, goes a long way for making this stuff approachable. And it doesn't give you any extra work. Just take whatever that PDF is and stick it in there, or replace this piece of art with it. The poster's cool, but like, you can just use something useful in there instead. So there it is. Yeah, we've got another box set from Steamforged. I got some new factions here I can try out. I'll probably paint the trolls to fight the Khador, so we can do both and both and show the hordes on the Warmachine side, or maybe the baddies. The baddies are cool too. I mean, they're Sharkicons. I'm going with that now. They're Sharkicons. I'll paint my Sharkicons and have the Fishman fight them. I like the Fishman. The Fishman and the bird's my favorite though. The bombardier bird. Yeah, it's hitting on all cylinders as far as like design choices and the goofiness and like the spirit of Warmachine. So no notes on this. Like the designs are great. It's fun. It's goofy. I'm sure the game is. It's Warmachine, so I'm sure the game's fine. You know what I mean? You're just starting over from scratch with Warmachine, so you've done the thing that you needed to do. You've elevated the physical product. Let's keep with that. Let's keep it grounded. Let's have some instructions in the box, and then the next box I think is a 10 out of 10 instead of a 9 out of 10. So big thanks for Steamforged. I think it's long for me to check out. If you guys were watching, thanks, Ash. Apple Gaming.